Alright, let's talk about something that's probably going to affect a lot of us in Lubbock, roadwork on the West Loop Frontage Road. Now, I know what you're thinking, another roadwork update. How exciting. But personally, I think this one's worth digging into because it's not just about delays, it's about how these projects impact our daily lives and the bigger picture of urban planning. So, here's the deal, starting tomorrow morning, repaving crews are moving in, and if you're a regular commuter on the southbound frontage road between North Utica Avenue and Winston Avenue, you're in for some changes. What makes this really interesting is the scope of the closures. We're not just talking about a single lane being blocked off, the left lane of the frontage road and the entire southbound West Loop exit ramp to Slide Road and 4th Street are going to be completely shut down. That's a major disruption, especially for those of us who rely on that route to get to work or school. And here's the kicker, these closures are expected to last through Friday morning. That's almost an entire workweek of potential headaches. From my perspective, this raises a deeper question, why does it always feel like roadwork happens at the most inconvenient times? I get it, construction crews can't exactly work in the dead of winter when it's freezing, but still, it's frustrating. What many people don't realize is that these projects are often scheduled based on weather conditions, funding availability, and even traffic patterns. It's not just random. But that doesn't make it any less annoying when you're stuck in a backup. One thing that immediately stands out is the detour routing. Signage will be posted, sure, but let's be real, how many of us actually trust those signs to get us where we need to go? Personally, I've found myself more lost than helped by detour signs in the past. And the recommendation to avoid the area altogether? Easier said than done, especially if you live or work nearby. This whole situation really highlights how dependent we are on these specific routes and how quickly things can go sideways when they're disrupted. If you take a step back and think about it, this isn't just a local issue. Roadwork and traffic delays are a universal pain point, no matter where you live. But what this really suggests is that our infrastructure is constantly evolving, or at least trying to. Repaving roads is a necessary evil, and while it's inconvenient in the short term, it's crucial for long-term safety and efficiency. Still, I can't help but wonder if there's a better way to manage these projects to minimize the impact on commuters. A detail I find fascinating is how quickly we adapt to these changes. Humans are incredibly resilient when it comes to navigating disruptions. We'll grumble about it, sure, but most of us will find alternative routes or adjust our schedules. It's almost like a collective problem-solving exercise. But here's the thing, while we're figuring out how to get around the roadwork, we're also losing time that could be spent with family, on hobbies, or just relaxing. That's the hidden cost of these projects. In my opinion, the real takeaway here isn't just about the roadwork itself but about how we handle these inevitable disruptions. Are we prepared? Do we have backup plans? And more importantly, are our cities designed in a way that minimizes the impact of these closures? These are questions worth asking, not just for Lubbock but for any growing urban area. So, as you're sitting in traffic this week, maybe take a moment to think about the bigger picture. It's not just about the road, it's about how we build and maintain the systems that keep our lives moving forward. And with that, I'll leave you with this. How do you think we could make these kinds of projects less painful for everyone involved? Let me know in the comments below.